Welcome, crypto fam, and happy Sunday. What's poppin'? In today's show, we'll be discussing Bitcoin and Ethereum bears back in control. I'll be sharing two derivative metrics and what they suggest. Also, breaking news, Binance provider in Brazil gets payment institution approval. That's right, Binance's partner, Latin Gateway, has been granted a license to operate as a payment institution and electronic money issuer in Brazil. Also in today's show, is Bitcoin about to trend higher? Well, analytics firm Santiment says Bitcoin bullish metric is flashing green. We'll also be discussing a crypto expert predicting Ethereum to reach 457,000 per coin. That's right, a 20x prediction. We'll also be discussing veteran trader Tone Vays says Bitcoin is very clearly choosing the path of an extended bull market. That's right. He says Bitcoin is now clearly showing that it wants to go through a prolonged bull market that could propel the king crypto to as high as $300,000 per coin. Also in today's show, super HyperBitcoinization will kill the US dollar dominance, says Keiser. That's right. He says fiat money currencies around the world are collapsing in real time. We're at the end game of the 300-year experiment of central banks. He also says Bitcoin was really invented as a central bank killer, and also that people are realizing that super HyperBitcoinization is the way to fight super high hyperinflation. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. And welcome everyone tuning in. This is pod episode number 1288. I'm your host JV, and today is Sunday, May 21st, 2023. Let's kick off today's show with the market watch. As you can see here, the entire crypto market currently correcting back in the red. We got Bitcoin down 0.13%, trading just under 27,000. We have Ether down 0.5%, trading just above 1,800. And as you can see, most of the alts correcting. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, the current crypto market cap sitting just above $1.1 trillion with only 19.5 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance pretty steady for the day at 46.4%, with the Ether dominance at 19.4%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers in the past 24 hours, very modest gains. Tron only up 4%, trading at 7.5 cents. Render token up less than 3%, trading at $2.44. And Casper just up 2%, trading just under 0.049. Now, checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past week, you can see only a handful in the green, which include Tron, RNDR, and Kava, and Ape, as the majority are pretty substantial losses, including Hex down 10%, INJ down 6.4%, and LDO, which is Lido DAO, down just about 5%. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, one of my favorite indicators, shows today we're rated neutral at a 52. Yesterday was a 48, last week a 48, and last month 50. Neutral, so we've been pretty much dead in the middle. And with that being shared, fam, welcome to everyone just tuning in. Now let's dive into today's Bitcoin technical analysis. And today we're also going to be discussing Ethereum. So here we go. A bearish market structure has been pressuring crypto prices over the past 6 weeks, driving the total market cap to its lowest level in 2 months at 1.13 trillion. And according to two derivative metrics, the crypto bulls will have a hard time to break the downtrend, even though analyzing a shorter time frame provides neutral view for Bitcoin and Ethereum, and BNB on average gaining 0.3% between May 12th and May 19th. And here you're looking at the chart of the total crypto market cap in USD on the 12-hour, and notice the descending wedge formation initiated in mid-April, and that could last until July, indicating that an eventual break to the upside would require an effort from the bulls. So where you at, bulls? Let's go. Furthermore, there is impending U.S. debt ceiling standoff as the U.S. Treasury is quickly running out of cash. Now let's discuss gold or stablecoins as a safe haven. Not even gold, which used to be considered the world's safest asset class, has been immune to the recent correction as the precious metal traded down from $2,050 on May 4th to the present $1,980 per ounce. Now Circle, the company behind the USDC stablecoin, has ditched $8.7 billion in treasuries maturing in longer than 30 days for short-term bonds and collateralized loans at banking giants such as Goldman Sachs and the Royal Bank of Canada. And according to Markets Insider, a Circle representative shared the following: the inclusion of these highly liquid assets also provides additional protection for the USDC reserve in the unlikely event of a US debt default. All I know is this: I trust Tether USDT. Their market cap is soaring, and they're now backing it with Bitcoin Bitcoin reserves. You can't say the same about Circle and USDC, so you have been warned. Now, perpetual contracts, also known as inverse swaps, have an embedded rate that is usually charged every 8 hours. A positive funding rate indicates that the long buyer demands more leverage, but still the opposite situation occurs when the short sellers require additional leverage, causing the funding rate to turn negative, which we're witnessing. The 7-day funding rate for Bitcoin and Ether was neutral, indicating a balanced demand from leveraged long buyers and short sellers using perpetual futures contracts. Now, to exclude externalities that might have solely impacted the future markets, traders can gauge the market sentiment by measuring whether more activity is going through or options put options, basically the buy options or put options. Now let's discuss the glass half full or investors prepping for the worst. The options market shows that whales and market makers are unwilling to take protective puts even after Bitcoin crashed 8.3% between May 10th and the 12th. However, given the balanced demand on the futures markets, traders seem hesitant to place additional bets until there is more clarity on the US debt standoff. Now currently it is unclear whether the total market cap will be able to break from the descending wedge formation, which I shared. From an optimistic perspective, professional traders are not using derivatives to bet on a catastrophic scenario. But on the other hand, there seems to be no rationale for the bulls to jump the gun and place bets on speedy crypto market recovery given the uncertainty in the macroeconomic environment. So ultimately, the bears are in a comfortable place according to the derivative markets. So there you have it. Now let's discuss the latest of what's going on with Binance opening up shop in Brazil and getting their licensing. That's right. You have Latin Gateway, the payment provider of Binance in Brazil, was granted a license by the country's central bank to operate as a payment institution, electronic money issuer on May 19th. According to local media reports, Brazil is among Binance's top global markets. The exchange said in a previous announcement that Gateway helps foreign countries and companies operate in Brazil, providing the on and off ramps for the Brazilian real, which is their local currency. And according to the company website, Binance is its only crypto client in the country. Other relevant clients include gaming-related companies such as CodaShop, Modas, and Game Hollywood. Now, Binance and Latin Gateway have been partners since June of 2022, following the termination of Binance Capital's collaboration in the country. Now, Brazil's market, with nearly 214 million people, has attracted crypto companies to the country. In January, they had Binance and MasterCard teaming up to launch a prepaid crypto card in the country, allowing residents to make purchases and pay bills with over 14 crypto assets through real-time crypto fiat conversion. Cardholders are required to comply with the Know Your Customer standards, but are known as KYC. And also expanding operations in the country is Coinbase. Since March, the exchange partnered with local payment provider to offer crypto purchases and enable deposits and withdrawals in the local currency. Coinbase has been in the country since 2021 when it established a tech hub offering crypto services to Brazilians. Now, Brazil's regulatory authorities are also paying attention to the crypto firms. Binance is reportedly being investigated for allegedly helping clients evade a stop order on crypto derivative investments. That could be nothing more than FUD. We shall see how that plays out. In 2020, the Brazilian Securities and Exchange Commission issued a stop order on crypto derivatives. Futures contracts are considered security laws under their local law and regarding the nature of the underlying assets. And according to the documents from the local probe, Binance's platform displayed instructions for Brazilian users to change their language settings to access the Binance Futures platform. And additionally, the authorities said extensive Portuguese language content was available without a restriction notice for Brazilian users. Canadian and U.S. security regulators also conducted similar investigations against the crypto exchange, which I believe led in the result of them ultimately exiting Canada, which is where CZ, the Binance CEO, is from. How do you think this will likely fare for Binance, the top crypto exchange? Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. Now let's discuss this bullish metric, which is flashing green right now, which Santiment Analytics points out, which is definitely a good sign for the King Crypto. Santiment says that the level of fear in the digital asset space based on trending crypto terms is similar to the time after the FTX collapse of last year, which provided to be the market bottom. At the time, remember, we soared all the way down to 15,700. Quoting them here, one of the primary signs of fear is when the top trending crypto keywords are almost all related to hardware wallets and security. We saw similar safety concerns from traders in November of 2022 after the FTX collapse that marked the market bottom. Santiment notices that the Bitcoin price recently declined to the 26th level. The amount of chatter on social media about the crypto king has picked up, which is another signal that indicates Bitcoin may bounce in the near term. Quoting them here, with Bitcoin revisiting the 26,000 level, traders are showing increased worries of prices falling back to the 20 to 25,000 range. Bitcoin's social dominance jumped high again, typically a sign of fear. Fear signals increase the probability of a rebound. And lastly, Santiment says Bitcoin transactions have declined to a low last seen 22 months ago in July of 2021, where Bitcoin bottomed at around 29,000 before rallying to its all-time high of 69,000. Quoting them again, Bitcoin's utility has shown some serious drop-off here in May, as prices have corrected market-wide for the first time since July 2021. We're seeing less than 800,000 daily unique Bitcoin addresses transacting on the network, as outlined right here in this chart. Now, also, let me know if you agree with Santiment that this is a bullish sentiment for the King Crypto. Let me know in the comments right down below. And now let's discuss a very optimistic 20x Ethereum price prediction from this analyst and break down how the Ethereum price action can actually get there. Let's dive right into the meat and potatoes. Here we go. Beyond the securities market, Cochran proposed that Ethereum could capture additional value-based markets, further propelling its growth. He argued that setting 10% of the global securities and tapping into other value markets could realistically lead to a 30 to 35x increase in value. So I'm mistaken. We're not just talking 20x, but a 35x surge for Ethereum within the next decade, even accounting for a 33% margin of error. Notably, Cochran's analysis shed light on Ethereum's potential to disrupt traditional intermediaries, offering reliable and affordable settlement solutions with trillions of dollars in annual turnover up for grabs. The protest of eliminating trusted intermediaries became increasingly enticing for various markets worldwide. Now, Cochran's projections may seem audacious. They highlight the boundless possibilities within the crypto space. Ethereum's unique position as a blockchain infrastructure opens the doors to innovation and disruption, ultimately challenging the status quo of trusted intermediaries. Meanwhile, the Ethereum price hasn't made any significant movement in the past week, but a slight upward trend by 0.6%. ETH surged from a low of 1805 seen last Friday to trade at 1850 and is currently trading at around 1800 at the time of this recording. Now, the Ethereum market cap has also recorded little gains in the past 7 days. Ether's market cap surged by nearly 1% from cap low of 217 billion to a high of 218 billion on Friday. And meanwhile, Ethereum's daily trading volume also plunged throughout the week from a high of 7 billion last Monday to 3.6 billion in the last 24 hours. So there you have it. What are your thoughts surrounding a whopping ETH prediction of skyrocketing to $457,000 per coin? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments right down below. Now that we discussed the bullish Ethereum scenario, now we must discuss the bullish Bitcoin scenario, and then we'll be discussing super hyper Bitcoinization and the latest from Max and Stacy from the recent Bitcoin conference in Miami. Let's freaking go. And again, welcome to everyone just tuning in. Make sure to make some noise in the live chat. Seasoned trader Tone Vase believes that the recent Bitcoin correction is setting up for the crypto king for an extended bull cycle. In a new strategy session, he tells us 100,000 YouTube subs the Bitcoin's current consolidation is a signal that Bitcoin is likely following a path that leads to an extended bull market. Now, back in March, Vase predicted Bitcoin could either witness a parabolic rally to $60,000 this year and top out at $200,000 sometime in 2025, or continue to consolidate for the rest of the year before rallying towards his higher target of $300,000 per Bitcoin. And according to Vase, BTC is now clearly showing it wants to go through a prolonged bull market that could propel the king crypto to as high as $300,000 per coin. Quoting him here, "We continue to consolidate. It's continued to be frustrating. I have been a Bitcoiner. It is very, very clear that Bitcoin is choosing the purple path as outlined alongside this chart. I have 2 paths for Bitcoin. One was a little more bullish with a lower top of 200,000, and the other was a little more bearish with a higher top of 300,000 a little further down in time. Which scenario do you think is more likely to play out, the 200 or 300,000 top as outlined in this chart? Let me know." And for his near-term outlook on the King Crypto, Vase previously said Bitcoin will probably rally to 34,000 due to the fact that the halving is less than a year away. In fact, it's now only 11 months away. Quoting him here, "The probability of a random swing to the upside where we go straight to $34,000 is way higher than a random crash to the downside where we're hitting 22,000, like we're sitting here at 26,000 27,000. So to get to 34,000, that's $7,000 to go down 5,000. I think plus 7,000 is a lot more likely than down 5,000 from here. I just think the downside is very, very limited. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Tone Bays, and to watch this video he did, check the show notes below the video in the description. And with that being shared, now for the moment you have all been waiting for. Let's get ready to rumble, shall we? The latest from Max Keiser, the senior advisor to El Salvador President Nayib Bukele, said the country's Bitcoin approach is designed such that it can be copied for adoption in other countries, another term we refer to as the Bitcoin game theory. He said those who are not getting into Bitcoin market will find it hard to survive the next 2 to 3 generations. El Salvador, the Central American country, is set to go down in history of the crypto market as the world's first country to use the cryptocurrency as the legal tender. That's right, they're the very first to make Bitcoin legal tender. I believe this was back in 2021. He also says that central bank failures around the world will lead to super hyper Bitcoinization as a means to fight super hyper inflation. The advisor predicted that the time has come for Bitcoin to take a place as a central bank killer. He said there is a scale of urgency in terms of Bitcoin adoption around the world. There has been an urgency in countries like Lebanon with the central bank collapse and the people who had Bitcoin survived, he explained. The same urgency has been playing out globally, he added, stating that the urgency in the U.S. too will change the shift in the U.S. dollar's position as the world's reserve currency. Quoting him here, "We are at the end game of the 300-year experiment of central banks. Bitcoin was invented as a central bank killer, and now it's Bitcoin's time." You're damn straight. And speaking about the change in geopolitical dynamics, the El Salvador advisor, Max Keiser, said the number of countries joining the BRICS group is vastly faster than the number of members joining the NATO group, which is a fact. And earlier, it was reported that the BRICS group is capable of launching a dollar competition that could dominate as the global financial market. That's right. And I announced just last week there were 27 other countries looking to join the BRICS. So if you didn't watch this interview, but the speech that Max and Stacy did, be sure to check it out. I actually shared it just recently on my Twitter, and my Twitter handle, as you can see, by the way, is Crypto News. Yes, that's because Crypto News Alerts wasn't available when I created the account. But as you can clearly see, this was just yesterday. I posted the entire interview. It already got 273 likes and 66 retweets. It's called Super Hyper Bitcoinization, and it's the full uncensored talk of Max and Stacy at Bitcoin Miami conference, which just took place like yesterday. So make sure to check it out. And massive shout out to Max and Stacy and to the people of El Salvador. Do you agree with what Max says, that Bitcoin was really invented by Satoshi as a central bank killer? And do you agree that people are realizing that super hyper Bitcoinization is the way to fight super high inflation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. And with that being shared, fam, now for some live Q&A. Welcome to each and every one of you in the live chat. I always appreciate the super chat contributions, so thank you very much. Good to see you, Jeremy Amos, Digital Dankness, Jeff S., Steve Kingston, Lawrence Abramoff, Digital Dankness. Yeah, good to see y'all. Del Pillar, always a pleasure, fam. Michael Felton, good to see you. Matthew J. in the building. Lawrence Abramoff sent a super chat contribution and wrote, "For good old JV, I'll go with Jack Barr. He may prefer James Bond or Jason Bourne, though." Oh, I don't know who you're referring to. Jack Barr. I don't know who he is. For good old JB. Word up. Bring Facts, good morning and welcome. Or I should say good afternoon. Golden Giant, good to see you as always. What's poppin'? What is new in the crypto sphere? Dan Drummond, good to see you. Says happy Sunday. Give all the glory to God. That's what's up. Get your wealth off and away from any exchange and BTFD, which we all know as buy that freaking dip. Gonna run to the store right quick. Says Dankness, do what you gotta do. Sailing with Twins in the building. Says buy that freaking dip, fam. You already know what's good. Good day. Absolutely. Chris Minka, good morning and welcome. I'm glamming with my fam. I don't know if I can make the live. All good. Appreciate you tuning in regardless. Anyone go to Bitcoin 2023? Let us know. I'll read your comments on your experience out loud. Matthew says, I didn't make it to the Bitcoin Miami conference this year, but I need to maybe next year. I attended last year. I had some family business I had to take care of this year. So personally, I was unable to go. But I'll be honest, I watched more of the Bitcoin conference this year on YouTube with the live stream than I was able to actually witness and take in firsthand being at the event. So hopefully, if you had a favorite speaker, there was Jack Mullers, there was Michael Saylor, there was Max and Stacy. You can watch all of those live talks, which were streamed live from Bitcoin Magazine. You can catch their channel over on YouTube. I highly recommend doing so. And there's actually quite a lot of other speeches I need to tap into myself. I haven't been able to check out yet. I gave you a retweet from my one real follower. I appreciate that, Chris Minka. Every retweet means a lot. Appreciate that a lot. Yeah. Bitcoin Maximus in the building. Hi, fam and JV in the crowd. Lawrence Abramoff, welcome, welcome. 2024, 2025 will be the big crowds. You already know. We may go from 20, 30,000 Bitcoiners to 100,000 Bitcoiner plus at the next conference. They're going to have to be renting a stadium, like a sports stadium, like realistically, right? Lawrence says, JV, for those who call, word up, have you get closer to the top than the bottom. Matthew reminds us of the $100,000 Puerto Rico party. That's right. When Bitcoin eclipses that six-figure mark and makes history, we're going to be having a get-together out here in Puerto Rico, and y'all invited. I think it's going to be a great time and an opportunity for the community to meet. As you know, we have a very active community here on the YouTube channel, which I greatly appreciate. And a lot of us, we've never seen each other's faces. So I think it would be awesome to actually connect in the flesh. So if you're going to be joining us for that $100,000 celebration party here in Puerto Rico, let us know in the comments right down below. Anyone see Vivek or Tuzli speak at the Bitcoin conference? I didn't see that. Is it recommended to check that out, Lawrence? If so, I'll check it out on YouTube for show. Guess Myrtle Beach isn't cool enough for a Bitcoin conference. Did they announce the next one being in Nashville? If I saw that correctly, please confirm. I believe that's in Tennessee. I guess Myrtle Beach is not their choice. If Trump were smart, he'd choose one of them to be his running mate. Bitcoin is important, but Trump being POTUS is for the good of the world. Yeah, that's right. The only ones pro-Bitcoin running that I'm familiar with, that really have a chance is DeSantis and Kennedy Jr. There's now another candidate who recently announced accepting Bitcoin donations. I think that's genius. I think Biden and Trump, if they were smart, they'd be accepting Bitcoin donations for their political campaign. But real talk, they have so much money from their backers, they probably don't need to. But anyone independent, probably the smartest thing you can do is adopt Bitcoin and get the support of the community. So what Kennedy Jr. just did, speaking on stage at the largest Bitcoin conference in the world, talking about how important Bitcoin is for our democracy, you know what I mean? This is priceless. So naturally, who do you think people are going to vote for? They're going to vote for the people who are pro-Bitcoin, especially if you're a Bitcoiner or in crypto. You're going to vote for the people who are anti-CBDC. We don't want central bank digital currencies. That was the complete polar opposite of what Bitcoin does. Bitcoin is the antidote to the CBDCs. So I hope the next POTUS who gets elected is pro-Bitcoin and anti-CBDC. But at the end of the day, I'm not holding my breath. That's why we have Nayib Bukele, the one and only, the savior, as El Salvador translates from Spanish into English. Now, I haven't done much today neither, says Lawrence. A flea would be better than Biden. You got that right, because Biden is just a pure puppet of the controlling elite, and they don't represent the people. It represents the elite and the central banking cartel, which is obviously an enemy of humanity. You know what I mean? I saw a monkey get dressed in human clothes today. Oh, talking about Biden. Sad state of affairs when the two best candidates are Trump and Biden. You can't make this stuff up, folks. JV has stopped doing his Bruce Buffer impersonation. I brought it back for you today because I saw this comment before I went live. You know what I mean? So you got a little taste. Better than Biden, but like he said, that's not real feat. I voted for Trump, so don't get me wrong, but Matthew is right. It's bad when the Cheeto man and the brain-dead politicians are our best options. DeSantis for president and Trump for VP. That's a ticket that would sell, says Steve Kingston. Who falls upstairs, says Lawrence. I've seen Biden fall down the stairs on his private plane. That was hilarious. Listen to Candace Owens. Shout out to Candace Owens. Complains about DeSantis. Apparently he's a snake. I don't know if this is true, but I heard rumors that the financial backing of DeSantis to run for president is by the Bush cartel. That may be true. I personally feel anyone running Republican or Democrat has to be funded by somebody. Means you're bought and paid for. Whoever is funding your campaign, you're bought and paid for from them. So that's why I truly feel, unless you're running independent, like Marianne Williamson, you're probably going to be corrupted. And that's just my perspective. You guys let me know what you think. Anyone else in the house figuring out ways to acquire more XRP? I know my brother is. He's long XRP and has been for a very long time, since 2017. Hopefully they win the lawsuit versus the SEC, and it moons for your sake, because I want to see the investors win. I think investors have been unlawfully taken advantage of by the SEC, as the price action has been suppressed, and it shouldn't have, but this is all by design. You can thank No Clarity Gary. You know what I mean? And Bitcoin we trust. Bitcoin for president. You already know. Long live Satoshi. Max, have you got a Blockstream Jade? Is that a new wallet? Let me know your feedback on it. Chris Minka says that as an American empire collapses, don't expect a political solution. Save yourself, family, and future with Bitcoin. That's the best comment I read all day, because it is facts. You know what I mean? If you're dependent upon the government, you miss the whole point of being a Bitcoiner. You know what I mean? Super chat, etc. Oh, the super chat's not working for you, Lawrence? That sucks. You might have to go out and go back in. Sometimes it be like that. YouTube be glitching. Worked for me earlier, the super chat. Thanks for the clarification, Matthew, and I appreciate the super chat contributions. The Matrix doesn't like me. I tried 3 times since I joined the chat. Don't sweat it. And don't worry about it. All good, fam. Been trimming nugs all morning. That's what's up. Bring facts. Happy 420 all day, every day. You already know. Is anyone in today's chat at the Miami conference? Says Dankness. Are you there right now, Dankness? How many of you are there right now on Sunday? Let us know. Smash that like, fam, and let's get it. That's right. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to ring the bell so you get notified every time I go live. Like, for example, today I didn't go live at the typical time of 12 p.m. Eastern. I slept in a little because it's a Sunday and I had to get some rest. So I started the show an hour later. And if you didn't get notifications, you may have missed out and not have known. Blood in the streets. You already know. BTFD, by that freaking dip. Golden Giant 58. Welcome. Good to see you. Jeff S. Good morning and welcome. Good afternoon. I say no to XRP Lawrence, says Matthew J. Bring facts, says Bitcoin nearly doubled this year and the sentiment is neutral. You're still early, fam. Facts. Well said. Bitcoin halving incoming, only 11 months away. I can't freaking wait. It's going to be epic, to say the least. Michael Felton says this is a good channel. I don't watch it enough. Appreciate the kind feedback and hope you tune in more often. Would be amazing. And Lawrence Abramoff, thanks again for the super chat contribution. Looks like you got that sorted. Yeah, thanks for your opinion. Matthew, ethically hacking the YouTube algorithm. You already know. Felton says the name of the channel does not hold back in literally telling you what it is. That's right. Crypto news alerts. Precisely what we do here. Like naming your lemonade stand, Lemonade Stand. Hilarious. Lawrence, I just think you are trading. There are better alts than XRP, and also XRP is deep with the World Economic Forum and creation of CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. I just can't ethically buy XRP. Plus, XRP tries to attack Bitcoin. I mean, this is real talk, so appreciate you bringing that up. Yes, YouTubers takes a cut from the super chats and sticks. Yeah, that's right. I think when I get like a $5 super chat, YouTube takes $2 and gives me $3. But hey, something is always better than nothing, and I greatly appreciate it. Maybe one day I'll figure out how to put a Bitcoin address in there, and you guys can just send it via Strike or something like that, or through the Twitter social network. But for now, it is what it is. And I appreciate any of the super chats. Obviously not required. I don't expect anyone to tip me. I do this out of the passion of my heart because I tremendously believe in Bitcoin, and the future of humanity depends upon it. Our self-sovereignty depends upon it. Our freedom depends upon it. And if we don't want to be enslaved sheeple at the end of the day, we got to do something about it. And the best way to fight back is stacking sats. And that's why I'm long BTC and always will be. You know what I mean? I'm sick of the corruption, and I appreciate the nature of Bitcoin being incorruptible money. I'm sick of corruptible politicians and presidents like the Bidens, the Trump, all of them. You know what I mean? The Obama family, the Bush family, the Clinton family, they're all corruptible and they're all corrupted. But Bitcoin, you can't change the protocol, and that's what makes it so special. No comparison whatsoever to Ethereum, because Ethereum has a central point of control, right? It has founders, whereas Satoshi fled the scene. Ingenious, right? And that's why it is what it is. And that's why there's no comparison to the truly only decentralized cryptocurrency in the world, which is the king, BTC. You know what I mean? I wonder what the crypto markets will look like in 5 years. I bet we will kick ourselves if we didn't dollar cost average over the years. The market is still young with tons of upside, 110%. Facts. Morning Veggie Monster. Del Pillar, why dollar cost average when you can catch falling knives? A little humor for you. BRC is just starting pumping up. I like to live dangerously, quoting the late, great Austin Powers. I don't know why I said late, great, but yeah, shout out to him. As you hit 21, that's right. Bitcoin is the only currency with a finite limited supply. They can never create more. They can never add more zeros. And that's what makes it so special and different from every other form of money we have ever witnessed here on planet Earth. The first form of incorruptible money. That's why I'm so bullish myself. Jeff says ETH will 30x when the king Bitcoin rockets to 50x. I'm with you. So let's send Bitcoin 50x and Ether 30x. I'm there 100%. Let's do it sooner than later. A $50 transaction when congested, laughing. Bitcoin addresses in the super chat. Yeah, we could do that. In time, everything, but we may get scammers like pretending to be me, giving fake addresses for people to send. You get a whole onslaught of scammers scamming on YouTube and on social media. So you always have to be aware of that as well. You know what I mean? Mega extra super Bitcoinization equals Bitcoinization, says Green Candle. Preach. You know what I mean? Biden is just happy as chocolate chip ice cream. I think that's a code for some pedophilia for all we know. You know what I mean? These are very creepy folks. You ever see that, guys? Our so-called POTUS in front of children, how creepy it is and how uncomfortable children are around that man and the way he touches these young, innocent children. It's disgusting. And we just sit back and allow it. Not cool, fam. Oh, boy, come on. Flat, bruh. CV is centralized. I see some jokes out there. I'll throw 222,000 party. We definitely have to. I like Tone Vei's prediction that we're most likely to see a $300,000 top in 2025 versus 200,000, and I'd personally love to see that. Bitcoin 7 transactions per second. Satoshi Vision 50,000 plus per second. Well, it's invented by Fake Toshi, and look at the Satoshi Vision price action against Bitcoin since the time of the fork. It's basically like a melting ice cube. It is what it is. Everlast Solar says 200x, not 20. Word up. Saving for Puerto Rico, that's what's up. Hopefully the price action when Bitcoin is 100,000 will allow you to have more than enough money to make that happen. Obviously, if you were a whole coiner and Bitcoin soared from approximately 27,000 to 100,000, that's like a $72 to $73,000 gain. So become a whole coiner as soon as possible if you're not already, and keep stacking them sats. You already know. How many of you agree with that crazy 400 plus thousand Ethereum price prediction? Let me know your thoughts that I shared with you today. An empty Pepsi can be a better president than Biden. Yeah, anything is a better president than an incompetent, old, lazy, and creepy president we call Sleepy Joe. Biden has been happy. He has chocolate chip ice cream. Yeah, it's creepy though. Bitcoin blocks are too small, but they made their bed and they have to lie in it. Well, thank God for layer 2 scaling solutions. Bitcoin block size was meant to be the way it is. That's why Satoshi created it the way it is, unlike Satoshi Vision or Bitcoin Cash. And now we have Lightning Network as the layer 2 protocol to end all the congestion in the network. And guess what? Strike utilizes Lightning. We now have the top major exchanges in the world talking about implementing Lightning, such as Coinbase and Binance. And we got to hold them to it because I don't know if they've successfully completed that yet. But when the BRC20s were congesting the blockchain, those were the talks and those were the promises. So we shall see how that is likely to play out. Yeah, BSV is unbounded blocks. IBM working with N-Chain, the early days and scaling in the name of the game. Well, do keep in mind, IBM helped the Nazis. So I don't trust IBM. I don't trust Microsoft, companies like Bill Gates, and anything they have to do with crypto, I want no part of. I'm just throwing it out there. You know what I mean? I don't like the forces of evil, and I don't support our oppressors. I don't support our central banking cartels. I don't support, you know what I mean, the feds. I don't support the people who are trying to hold us down that threw us overboard so freaking long ago. I support Bitcoiners, and that's it. I support Bitcoin, you know what I mean? I support cryptos that have real use cases that, you know, are going to help people, you know, change the world, disrupt, you know, massive innovations like we're witnessing. And that's it. Put Bitcoin address in the super chats. Like I said, it could be a solution, but we may get scammers pretending to be me just to get some freaking donations because they're ruthless and relentless. And I can't stand the scammers. But it is what it is in this community. But we shall see. Noster Zaps, that's right. Tough Cookie, welcome. In time, everything will be tied to the truth of Bitcoin. Facts. Can you still send billions or a few dollars just like it was designed to? Satwise, good morning. Asking DS Flat, Sophisticated Dirtbag, welcome. And what quite a username you got there. Nipsey, I see you in the mirror. Pets for the Crypto News Alerts. Mascot. That's right. Nipsey is the official mascot of CNA. Long live Nipsey. Yeah, Austin Powers got motoed and went back to the 70s. RIP. I have both BSV. Looks a better long-term investment. I don't know how you can say that. I think the greatest long-term investment with the least risk is absolutely going to be the one and only king crypto, which is Bitcoin. Satoshi Vision is highly risked because you got to think about, look at it in comparison to the price of Bitcoin since its inception. It's ultimately dwindling down to nothing. And I think Bitcoin will continue to take its market share as the fake Toshis don't stand a chance, in my humble opinion. But you guys let me know what you think. I think when these Bitcoin forks are engineered or created, they just want to use the word Bitcoin because a lot of newbies don't know the difference between Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin Satoshi Vision and the real deal, OG, Bitcoin itself, and they get confused. They think it's one and the same, or they think it's the superior version. But the truth is, there is no superior version. What would Michael Saylor say? There is no second best. There's Bitcoin, and you got Bitcoin. It is what it is. Live with it. IBM is in the World Economic Forum ISO 2022 coin chain. 100% Matthew. Thank you for the clarification. I knew that. I don't trust them. I've never trusted them. Us IT architects call it loosely coupled design versus Ethereum's tight couplings. I think you mean Ethereum smart contracts. Seen many corporate apps fail with the kitchen sink approach, while Bitcoin and its layer 2s are just fine. Preach Satwise. I appreciate you sharing that. Biden and the Dalai Lama, Mark Thomas says. What are you referring to there? Lightning QR code in the top left corner of your video is done and cuts out the middleman. Love it. We could absolutely make that happen. So, and then we could avoid the scammers, because if I have to post a Bitcoin thing in the chat, I feel the scammers will, you know, have a field day and take advantage of that. But if I can just have a QR code and you can send zaps, boom, that works. So thank you for the brilliant idea. That's game changing. You know what I mean? Jeff, what's good? Lazarus Hand, welcome. Happy Bitcoin birthday to Nicholas. Happy birthday, Nicholas. It's your birthday. That's what's up. Welcome, Web City, USA. What's poppin'? And with that, fam, now for a recap of what I covered with you here in today's live show. I broke down the latest technical analysis as we discussed. Bitcoin and Ethereum bears are currently back in control, as I shared two derivative metrics, which they currently are hinting towards. We also discussed Binance provider in Brazil gets the payment institution approval, and it's official. We also discussed, according to analytics firm Santiment, the Bitcoin bullish metric is currently flashing green. Also shared with you a very, very optimistic skyrocket Ethereum price prediction of $457,000 per coin. Also shared with you, veteran trader Tone Bay says Bitcoin is very, very clearly choosing the path of the extended bull market, taking the king crypto to $300,000 per coin in 2025. We also discussed super HyperBitcoinization will kill the US dollar dominance, according to the one and only Max Keiser. Where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments right down below, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.